So Ben Askren says that he'd feel much better about his loss to Jake Paul if Tyron Woodley loses. I mean, first off, it's like that's almost like saying you hope Tyron Woodley loses. That's like saying you hope your buddy loses. Like I'd feel better about my loss if Tyron Woodley lost. He said he's going for Tyron Woodley, but he'd feel better about his loss if Tyron Woodley loses. Like, I mean, even if you think that, like, you shouldn't say that. It's like, if Jake Paul beats Tyron Woodley, I'll probably feel much better about my loss. I mean, maybe you'd feel better about your life if you didn't turn into a slob, if you like freaking kept working out and, kept eating healthy even though you stopped fighting. What happened? I mean, you look like freaking way overweight when you fought him. You looked so out of shape, got tired really easy, and got freaking knocked out. So Askren might feel better if Paul beats Woodley, but he's still riding with his friend Tyron for the win, which is freaking crazy because why would you say that? It's almost like saying you hope he does lose. Okay, so this Tyron Woodley has dropped and knocked out several fighters with his fists, including the great Robbie Lawler, to become UFC welterweight champion, whereas Ben Askren hasn't. That's not his strength in MMA, and it was evident in his one-round boxing KO loss to Jake Paul in April. This Sunday sees Woodley make his own foray into pro boxing for the first time, 4 months removed from his friend Askren's ill-fated debut. So what does Askren think about Paul versus Woodley? He's obviously behind Woodley, but does admit there may be some benefit if Jake gets the W. Like, why would you say that? It's like, if I were in the situation and I was gonna fight and my one of my buddies was like, "Oh, I'd feel much better about my loss if James lost." I would be pissed. I'd be like, "What are you talking about, dude? Like that's almost like saying you want me to lose so you can feel better." It's like that's like selfish. It's like completely selfish. Like, "Oh, I want to feel better about my loss, so you lose so I can feel better about my loss." Says I'm still not under the conclusion that Jake Paul is a great boxer, Askren said to TMZ. He did hit me one time really good, but it wasn't like he beat me soundly over 6 rounds. Yeah, because he knocked you out in what, the first or second round? Of course he didn't beat you like that for 6 rounds, but he probably would have if he wouldn't have knocked you out. He does hit hard. I guess we'll give him credit for that. I'll tell you what, if he's able to beat Tyron, I'll probably feel much better about what happened to me because I'll think, damn, Tyron's really good. I think that's probably unlikely, but in that case, that's probably what I'd think. So he's saying he thinks Tyron's going to win, but he'd probably think that, he'd feel better about his loss. Man, if he wants to feel better about himself, like I said, lose weight, start eating healthy, start exercising again. I mean, what do these fighters think? Like after they're done fighting, they're just like, "Oh, uh, I don't need to exercise anymore. I don't need to. I don't need to eat healthy anymore. I don't need to lose weight. I'm just gonna eat whatever I want. I'm just gonna do whatever I want." It's crazy. I don't understand it. It's like they're not doing it to better their life. They're doing it because they want to win. It's like I think the best fighters, the longest lasting and the strongest are the ones who do it for their life. They exercise, they work out, they get in shape for themselves, not because, "Oh, I have to be the best." No, they do it for themselves. Like, yeah, you want to be the best in life, not just as a fighter. And it's obvious that this guy only did it as a fighter because he has gained a lot of weight. It looks like he doesn't exercise. Looks like he just eats probably very badly. But yeah, it says Woodley says he stands to make the biggest purse of his career against Paul, but he'll be looking to get off a winning start as a professional boxer. Unlike Askren, he intends to make this a longer-term plan, even at 39 years of age. As for Askren's message for Woodley, kick his butt. So there you have it. These guys, they only, a lot of them, they only stay in shape. They only work out so they could be the best fighter. They're not doing it for their own life. It's like when that motivation is not there, when they don't have the motivation to have when they have an opponent, you know, it all goes out the window. It's like you should be able to stay in shape. You should be able to eat healthy. You should be able to work out when there's no competition, when there's nothing but yourself there. But apparently Askren doesn't have that. He needs competition. He needs something to keep him in shape, to keep him healthy. We see this a lot with a lot of athletes after they stop playing sports, football, basketball, whatever, boxing, MMA, they get out of shape, they lose weight. Let me know what you guys think. You guys think this was a horrible thing for Askren to say, or do you think that's what anybody would think? I mean, I'm sure it's what people would think, but I don't think you should say it out loud. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, stay strong, be healthy, and keep working out.